everyone, and welcome to today's General Hospital recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. Pretty good day today on General Hospital, so let's get right to it. At Carly's place, Michael shows up. So her and Sunny are talking. They're continuing their conversation from yesterday about Morgan, and Michael shows up, which is a nice surprise. He tells them about the clinic and how it's moving forward, and they invite him again to the wedding. He says he doesn't think he'll be able to make it because of the stuff going on with the clinic, but you know. And, you know, he doesn't really want to go. Sunny leaves. Michael says he respects their relationship, but he's not ready to accept Sunny back into his life now or maybe ever. And then she shares her concerns about Morgan being bipolar with Michael. So then Michael tells her about Morgan at the bar acting weird the night Silas was killed. And Michael's like, yeah, but he couldn't have been upset about that because, I mean, at that point it hadn't hit the news yet. Only the killer knew. And Carly, her worst suspicions are being, like, confirmed. At Sunny's place, Molly and TJ are playing with water guns. They're so adorable. And TJ's very comfortable at Sunny's to the point where, like, you know, he's having the staff make them lunch and everything. So Molly brings up the moving back to the dorms once class starts, and he says he's not sure he's going to do that. And he doesn't feel comfortable having Sunny pay residence fees on top of tuition. But come on now. I mean, he's already paying her tuition. I think he can handle residence fees. So she wanted them to live on campus together, and also she doesn't want him getting stuck in the middle of a mob war. Understandable. Molly's like really concerned, and she's telling TJ, you know, like it or not, everyone around her Uncle Sonny always gets hurt, and it's because of him. And that's when Sunny walks in, and she apologizes and tells him that, like, she apologizes, and he tells her she doesn't need to, and never to apologize for trying to protect the people you love. And then it was actually kind of funny because Sunny's like, you know, does everyone I love get hurt because of me? And then they had cut to where Michael's talking to Carly, and Michael goes, yeah, now that I think of it. So it was just kind of, I don't know if they planned that or not, but I found it a little amusing. At Julian's place, Ava lets herself be known. He doesn't really believe her at first, and she talks about the memorial, what he said about her, and then he is, like, really genuinely happy she's alive. So he asks, after, you know, the novelty passes, he asks her if she off Silas because he knew who she was, and she kind of blows past it and says she wants him to get the recording because that's the only thing. We know what's going on with the recording. So he's trying to tell her how he's out of the mob, and she tells him to drop the Reformed Mobster Act, and she wants the two of them to run Port Charles and get Sunny out of the way. And then there's a knock at the door, and it's a person serving a subpoena. At the courthouse, Morgan gets called to the stand as a surprise witness. Well, he knew, but Scott and Franco didn't know. So Morgan says that he was alone at the apartment, and Franco came over and threatened to kill him. And he tells the court that Franco threatened him with a knife, and Rick pulls out the murder weapon and asks if that's the knife, and Morgan says yes. So then Morgan says Franco was arguing with him about Silas, and Franco steps up and says that he's lying. So Scott really tries to rebut when it comes to Morgan, but it did not work at all, to be honest. So Kiki wants to know why Morgan didn't tell her about this, and he says that he didn't want to pile on after her father died. And when he realized it was possible Franco could be found not guilty, that's when he knew he had to step forward. So then Kiki talks to Franco. She tells him she's done with him, and she sits behind the prosecution, and Franco's like, oh, what, just because your boyfriend told you something means that's the truth? And she's like, what do you mean by that? Like, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. So then the defense calls Denise DiMuccio to the stand. So this should be fun. Can the affair come out in the court of law? Like, because that'd be great, to be quite honest with you. At Shady Brook, Nina gets the idea to expose Denise to save both of them, and then Nina heads off to sign herself out so she can go to the trial and support Franco, but Madeline shows up because Madeline is great. Nina slips and talks about Ava, and Madeline reminds her that Ava's dead, and Nina backtracks. So Madeline just pushes Heidi's wheelchair away, by the way, which is so rude, like, not to mention, like, horrible. And Madeline wants Nina to sign papers that would give her, well, Madeline and Rick, the power to Nina's money. And she claims it's so they can pay the Shady Brook bill, so she won't have to go to the public institution where Heather Weber's at. But we all know that's not why it is. And Nina actually refuses. And she says she wants to read it over first because, you know, Madeline taught her so well about, you know, reading documents over before you sign them. And then Madeline leaves her to it, to read through it, and sign it. But Nina's not going to. And Nina knows she's not crazy now, you know? So I don't know what Madeline expected. But in any event, I will see you tomorrow for more General Hospital. I hope you have a great day. And, our Indiegogo campaign wrapped, but I'm going to put the link in the description to our YouCaring. We're trying to raise money to save our animal sanctuary. Our deadline is May 15th, 2017. So if you can help with that, it would mean so much to me, like you have no idea. But I will see you tomorrow for more General Hospital. Bye.